Once a bulwark city against the northern tribes of the frozen tundras of the white wastes of Aboria. The much-rumored and world-renowned city in the sky and city of the arts, Helianth, is a powerhouse growing in its own right beside Amaranth. The city of vibrant colors and exotic scents is one of exploration and artistic growth. Enough so to have drawn the eye and coin purse of many a god within Amaranth. This relationship has allowed growth previously unforeseen and created a buffet for the creative mind and a breeding ground for competition, the likes of which is unknown the world over. Welcome, travelers, to the Dragonleaf, the Teahouse where tales are told. If you like the content, leave a like in the tip jar and subscribe to our weekly tales. Leave a comment in the suggestion box to tell us how well we did, or how well we did not. Thanks for listening. And without further ado, it's time to open up shop. Hey, hello everybody.
Hey.
This is our lovely servers for the day. You will be nice to them, but they will be mean to you. That's like the thing we do here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will recommend one thing. When I come over, you only order one thing.
When I'm working, there's only one thing on the menu.
No.
Can I get a tea? Dude, that's more than one ingredient.
There's a game called Say No
Water
More,
and tea.
and it's fantastic. You should definitely play it, Tamara.
Okay.
Yeah.
That will just get worse every time. It's just
Is it just me, Tamara? Did you have that song like "Once Upon a Time I Was a Hoe"? Did you have that song sticking in your head when Adrian started his thing?
No, but I fucking love that song.
Okay, sorry. You may continue, dumb.
Dumass. Last time. Fuckle up, everybody. This is a long one. The family splits up to travel the city and gain information and decide and begin preparation on their next dive. Decrypting the letter sent surrounding the final 3 auction items, the Deviants discover these items to be monstrosities themselves, alongside vials of alchemical drugs thereby named Rampage and Euphoria, for purchase amongst the upper echelon of the cities. Vincent settled some matters with Rosa and the Heart's Desires and traveled to the Threads of Fate, enlisting an enchanter to their family, Geely, met with Matilda, who had then gone to the open forum to speak on the missing Dungeonborn, finding a half-elven orator, speaking of opening Amaranth's borders and the dungeon's dangers posed therein. Before meeting with Ogma himself, she spoke on matters of the Dungeonborn and the dungeon, and slipped in some information from the dungeon's mouth. Ogma, left intrigued by this, responded in kind, and with the family, as Matilda requested his plea to allow Lavos into the end-of-the-year luncheon held by the gods. Vincent and Matilda spoke with a tiefling member of the Red Hand Tiefling Liberation Group who holds a hatred for humans, and learned of a group of robed figures removing and subsequently bringing the Dungeonborn right back into the dungeon, before returning to Old Town Manor. They returned to Old Town Manor, these robed figures did not. Jojo went to her morning training session to be granted an opportunity for advancement by either fighting Jocelyn Cromwell, a high-ranking guild member, or undertaking a mission on behalf of the guild itself, opting into the fight against Jocelyn. She then went to the Anvil to speak with her family on matters of Ilnivalian dreams, and was given a protective charm in the figure of Ilnival by her Aunt Shell, and aided her cousin Arjun in relief efforts for misplaced orc kind. While there, she offered a hand to a woodworker named Lionheart and returned to the manor. Once at the manor, the family reconvened and attempted to get Geely to open the locked study, and the majority of it was immolated by Azure Flame, recovering some religious symbols and a ledger of illegally used funds, emblazoned with a brilliantly flourishing B.E. Spoke with Alexei, who now, looking into the nighttime activities of the robed individuals, learned from Tail, the tiefling individual, and Estevan Leteri, who the family entered into a relationship with to bolster both of their family names in the eyes of noble culture. As we have our wonderful goblin Killian back, one final bit of information was shared amongst the families, that a goblin going by the name Talca was requesting to find Killian within the northern rack, the new goblin center heart of the city, or the new dungeon-born center heart of the city. As this slew of information gets shared among the family, we jump back in. Now, as you all gather together, all of you knowing all of this information with equal measure, we find ourselves within the family home. And you tell me now, what do you do?
Should we do the flashback when we gave Killian the sending message to send to Telka?
Sounds good to me.
Do you have
How's
a
this
scroll?
information hidden, Damon?
So she gets the information, and then she like holds the scroll, and she's just like, but what do I say?
To meet up somewhere, I guess. Meet us here, or maybe we can meet her at the tower if she doesn't know where this place is.
Is it safe in the rack?
Do we know that?
You guys are generally aware that it depends. It really depends on like who you are. Vincent would likely be the least safe in his current attire within the rack, but it's basically like the rack is a district held by Ilnival, the god of martyrdom and basically like charity. For the most part, it is a gathering point for the less fortunate within the city, but there is a lot of animosity towards like the upper society there, which is kind of funny because they share a border with the Reverie, which is amongst the most lavish locations in the city.
I'm going to mention the dead body in the room. Is this a trap?
Well, anything could be a trap to you.
What do you
I'd
think,
say-
Killian?
Give her a call, see what she responds with.
Okay. And she like doesn't really know what to say, so she like undoes the scroll, and rather than like figuring out the right number of words like she did with Yaga, she just kind of like starts casting it, and says, it's Killian. Are you in the city? That's what I heard. I guess we'll come find you.
Where are you right now?
Where are you right now? I don't actually know how many words that was, so.
You are not currently capable of casting third level spells, so go ahead and roll an Arcana check.
We would know this. I'm assuming Matilda would be able to guidance you.
Is it-
Jojo, you
Yes, I
can
definitely
Eureka.
would.
Is this something that Jojo can help with? Because it's a check, and Jojo's proficient with Arcana.
That's interesting. I wouldn't see why not. It just says roll a
Great.
ability check. So you have
Thank you.
advantage on
Killian
this, and you are guided.
My narrative guidance is saying that sentence
Interesting.
while
So
I
you
guide
can
you.
give advantage on checks, not just skill checks?
This is an Arcana ability check, which you can absolutely give advantage on. The only situation is in combat. I guess someone would have to spend their action to give the help action to them for their next check.
According to the scroll, you roll your own. It's not an Arcana
Ooh.
skill check. You roll your spellcasting ability modifier, Adrian. It's like counter spell.
Is that true?
Or double check that, but because if you were like a wisdom-based spellcaster, would it seem odd to have to roll Arcana?
Well, two things.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah.
I'm an intelligence-based caster, so it's the same stat. I don't have proficiency in Arcana, so it's not actually. I rolled the exact same thing. Plus, if it's
In this
with or
case, though,
without
you would
advantage,
not. Oh yeah, 17.
I rolled 17, so it's all good.
Brilliant. Okay, so in the future we can't give advantage on this. That was just my mistake
Okay,
on how it's
great.
used.
But I could be guidanced.
Yeah,
Yes.
I
If you
guided
guys
you.
if you guys get a monster as a friend that is proficient in just intelligence ability checks, then maybe. with these weird world we live in. Anything is possible. But,
Narratively, I put my hand on your shoulder and I say to you the sentence I said. Where are you? Where are you right now?
A spark of divine inspiration passes through your mind and offers you a bolstered bit of magic on top, and your cup spilleth over with intelligence. As the spell goes off and ignites through the open air, you sit on bated breath. Killian, is that you? How? No. I tried to find you, but I never made it out. Please. You gotta come up soon. And then it cuts off.
You have 4 more.
That's my 5.
That was 21. At least my hand.
Is my math off? I'm gonna roll a d4. That's 4.
Does Talca know how the spell works?
No, it doesn't really seem like it, because it was cut off mid-sentence before, but now she says soon. Things aren't good here.
Okay. It's not her. She hasn't made it out.
So, probably a trap then. With the dead body in the room. Is that a normal saying? Sorry, I'm just distracted by that saying.
Hey, you haven't heard that one before?
Nope, can't say I have.
I'm not sure any of you would even know what an elephant is, so.
What is the elephant race called?
Luxodon?
Yeah, the Luxodon in the room. It's kind of like that one. But where
okay.
Where Mama Mal comes from, it's the dead body.
So should we investigate this fake Talca, or should we just go right into the dungeon? Ignore it.
Killian, like, after realizing that Talca is still in the dungeon and that whatever information we've gained or whatever has gone on here is like false information, while you guys are discussing the like Loxodon in the room analogy, Killian whistles for Bladebeak and is like gearing up.
I guess that's a yes.
We get a sick shot-by-shot montage of Killian preparing, and Bladebeak kind of just like shing, a single light shoots down the side of the mithril beak. I like how you do that, but you don't need to, like, you cock your gun and then another bullet just kind of, yeah.
The bullet just like flicks out, spins and turns arcane, and then goes back in.
I love it.
Matilda, you have your hand raised.
DM Samba, I have a question.
Did you call me Simba?
No, DM Sama, like
I see.
Japanese honorifics. But
Hi.
He's more a DM Kun.
Yo.
No, DM's like they use Sama for like people that are like gods and stuff. So the dungeon master's kind of like gods. That's why I did DM Sama for that. You'd be Damon Kun though. But I wanted to know, we can send messages to people in the dungeon, right?
Yeah, interplanetally,
Yes.
there's a 5% chance of failure.
Okay,
Precisely.
I just got confused because I couldn't remember if that was a thing. Okay, cool.
I roll that check in the background myself, by the way. Yeah.
And at this point, Alexi and Vincent leave.
All right, I forgot that Vincent already left.
No,
get the
well, he was
information
there
from
when
Alexi.
he handed her the scroll and we discussed a bit more, and then we
Uh-huh.
said it would have happened then, and then they left after. But we'll
Right,
say
I
like,
forgot.
yeah.
They're very romantic carriage ride away.
Yeah,
Swanky
this
saxophone
info.
music.
Did we get this info from Alexi?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He was
you
like, he's
leave-
in the room when you're doing this, basically.
Oh, okay.
He's here right now.
There's the carriage music.
Yeah, I pictured it a little bit more sexy though, but that's okay.
That's all I
How
got.
can you get sexier than that?
How can you get sexier than active, happy saxophone music?
You know that song that's been on TikTok a lot recently?
No.
No? Okay, I'll share it later, but it's terrible.
I'm not making TikTok canon in this world, so.
Okay.
That would be difficult. Fuck.
It's actually called Click Clock. It's a Tinker invention.
You son of a bitch. Don't you invent that. Actually, if you invent that, that's sweet. So, as you guys are here, I have no transitional statement to speak of. What do you do?
So before Alexi rides off, Killian wants to ask the information that you got about Talca. And she doesn't know to like use air quotes, but like that's like an implied like in the way she says the name. She says, who gave it to you? Or where did they find that information?
I've been working with the Windward relatively frequently. It was kind of passed from the Dungeonborn just in general. I'm assuming someone must have spread a rumor throughout the Northern Rack section, and then that kind of reached my ears.
Okay. Well, I mean, I don't like to assume the worst in people, but lately that just seems to be the case. But if there's either someone's using her name to try to get our attention, or someone's using her name to try to trick us.
Or she lied and she's actually in town.
Or the organization that claims to be helping people is actually helping get them go missing. Sorry, Tamara can't English this morning, so.
You can Japanese, though.
Yes.
Said I don't want to assume the worst, but I guess we'll see.
Well, the best way to make people off your trail is to pretend to be helping them when you're actually the cause of the problem.
Well, I'm gonna go to the rack, see if I can find anything.
Can I come?
Anyone who wants to come can come.
Okie dokie.
Okay. We leaving now? Okay. Get ready. Put on her stuff.
I'll put on my stuff and I'll knock on Lavos' office. Go tell him I'm going.
Okay. Lavos says, I don't think you should leave without Vincent. If something is going wrong here, then you should probably have a full crew. So go find Vincent before you take this on.
We could go catch up to his carriage and I'll jump.
Yeah, run hard, run fast,
Fairlin!
run far. I'm sure
Fairlin,
nothing
we're
bad will
chasing-
happen there.
We're chasing a carriage, Fairlin. Let's go.
You just hear, finally, from outside. You guys
How
prepare.
much of a lead do we got? Like 5 or 10 minutes?
Yeah, Killian's putting on heavy armor, so that'd be 10 minutes.
10-minute head start.
Medium armor, actually.
Medium armor, 5 minutes.
Oh.
Uh,
You know, Fairlin, god of carriages, gonna catch up real fast.
Matilda waits until we're close enough and then waits until what she thinks is an appropriate amount of time to, like, I don't know, do what she probably thinks they're doing in the carriage, and then, like, can send a message.
How do
with
you
her
know?
hearing.
Vincent
No,
walked
you
out and
have-
was like, I need to talk with you, Alexi. And he's like, cool. And we left. And then Matilda's first instinct is like, they're probably
Phony.
doing all of these things that I know nothing about.
no, you have no way of knowing that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your character,
Your passive insight is not nearly high
no,
enough.
and you've never experienced these things before. It'd feel odd.
Which
I'm
makes
sorry
this whole
to-
situation funnier.
Mara, it's hard sometimes because I am a weirdo, but Matilda is like a different kind of weirdo. So it's hard to differentiate sometimes. Anyway, still, I can wait until we're close enough and I can send you a message through my earring.
You guys begin to move, jumping in the carriage with Fairlin. Fairlin takes the horses and goes, yeah! But then he like lightly reins it and then slowly begins to ramp up the horse's movement. And he's like, this is the way that it should be done. Before you guys begin to reach the center point, passing by the old, I was gonna say cabbage every time, the old cottage of Lavos, you begin to encircle through. And Vincent, at this point, within 5 minutes, I'm just going to go ahead and... Goodness, it's a 40-minute hike outside of your guys' forest. So 5 minutes pass. I'm going to give it 10 minutes because I don't think you guys are literally in hot pursuit. Killian jumps on Bladebeak and is like, go!
Yeah, you can assume where he's going, so you're basically just gonna head towards the Heart's Desires, which is on the way to the rack anyways. So
here's what I'm gonna say. I'm going to have Carson roll a
Carson
land vehicle
versus
check,
Fairland.
and then I'm going to have Fairland
so
roll a land
Carson has a
vehicle check.
beat on everyone, right? Does he know what's going on and they want to catch up?
He's like,
Yeah.
this is going to be exciting.
XYZ in his head right now.
You do not
Hates
know.
Fairland, we all know that.
You guys begin to move, attempting to intercept. You see Fairland be like, take the corner, but refuses to drift and kind of just like slows down to a nice pace. It's like, can't hurt the horses. As you guys continue to move forward, and then he begins to pick up on straightaways, and you guys just feel this constant jerking forward and back as you make your way through the awkward pathways of the forests leading into your home.
All I
Big roll
picture
from
is
motion
like,
sickness.
go, Deviant Rangers, and it's like a slow trot.
You get up to a cool like 12, you know, but as you guys reach into the main city streets, Fairland's like, gotta go the speed limit. And this pursuit
You're
is over
killing me,
before it
Fairland.
began.
I feel like Jojo at one point just gets out and starts running on foot.
It's not safe, say to the side. Don't stand in front of the carriage. Eventually.
Save this for losers.
Fairland's like, I can't disagree more, as you take
Just
off
kidding,
into the
kids.
sunset.
Safety is cool.
Don't say it like that. That was really uncool. You guys make your way through, passing by the brilliant districts and ending up outside of the Heart's Desires. And you see in the carriage storage area, the Heart's Desires carriage already safely taken. You see the horses have been put away and fed. There is ample time between. I'm sorry, Fairland, you suck. But now you are here at the Heart's Desires. Go ahead, Vincent.
No, nothing. I was just gonna say, don't beat up on Fairland. He does the best
boy.
carriage he can.
Yeah, don't made him. He's just a boy.
I just love the juxtaposition of like picturing like the Tokyo Drift music, like ding ding, and then all of a sudden it's just like slow carriage.
Kazoo version of Tokyo Drift.
You do notice that when you guys get here and you jump out of the carriage, Fairland is just drenched in sweat. It's like, oh.
You went like one click over the speed limit at one point.
You can tell based on the guilt in his face that that's true.
Aw. Yeah, Jojo will go up, just like go into the Heart's Desires.
You
I've
open
been
the
here
door,
before.
you see Carson standing there who raises a hand and says, our doors open by themselves. If you would be so kind, you do not need to be so forceful. You might damage the enchantment.
If you get Vincent, we gotta go.
Oh, do you? That's surprising. Is this about the information that was just shared by Killian?
I mean, yeah, but then Vincent went off anyway.
Vincent is a very busy man. Let me see if I can fit you into his schedule. He turns around and just slowly begins to walk towards the stairs.
Fine, Vincent Ty. Kudos, bro. Thanks.
As a member of the
Thanks,
family, you are, of
responsible.
course, beholden to the front bar. Anything beyond the front bar, and you will need to pay, unfortunately. So.
I'll be waiting outside.
Are you certain? It's quite nice. He
Yep.
turns. He turns and begins to leave.
Yep, as Jojo pushes open the door again.
You see Carson stop. Just take a deep breath before continuing along his pathway. He reaches the second floor, knocks on the door with his signature knock that lets you know it's him.
I will send him a message. What is it?
It seems your family has a matter of utmost importance. They came here personally.
Tell them I'll be there in 5 minutes.
Very well. Would you like additional towels sent to the room?
No, that's fine.
Very well. He turns and leaves. Makes his way downstairs and stands in front of the door as it opens by itself. And then he gives you a pointed look, Jojo, as he walks forward towards the carriage, places a hand on the horse and looks over towards Fairlin, who kind of just averts his gaze.
Extend the distance of the enchantment. So like, if people like wanted this open, it's already open.
He will be about 5 minutes. Is there anything I can get for you? If you are heading into danger or peril, as you seem to be a bit shaken, perhaps some food before you go.
Well, thank you.
Very well. If you have a need of anything, let me know. And he turns and walks in front of the door, opens, he enters in, closes.
After what appeared, it's only 3 minutes. Vincent comes out. He looks basically the same, but like his hair is a little ruffled. And he'll basically whisper into Carson's ear to make sure that Alexi is not seen when he leaves. And then he'll head down to the rest of the group.
Ready?
Well, what's all the commotion about? 5 alarm? What's going on?
We're heading to the rack.
Hmm.
Telka is still in the 10th floor.
Yes, I remember hearing that before we headed off. I assume some new information came in, or what are we doing down in the rack?
We're gonna find the information. Whoever the informants was, or whoever's spreading the rumors, someone wants to get our attention, either for good or bad reasons. I want to find
Probably
out.
bad.
Hmm. Vincent looks towards Jojo and the others. I'm still a bit exhausted from the day, but I can accompany. I don't know how useful I'll be, though.
You said you were getting low on spells, right?
Yes.
And Jojo like reaches out her hand. I can help with that.
Okay.
She'll take your hand, and you can see like a pulse of like chaos energy go from her ash blonde down into you, and I will roll a 1d3. How do I do that?
1d4
It's
minus
a-
1.
Just if it's actually a 1d3, which I think it is, you can just roll one. You can just slash R 1d3. The space between the R and the 1.
I was muted. You gain a 2nd level spell slot.
The only one I didn't need. Does it default to 1 then?
Maybe? Let me read it. The creature regains one expended spell slot, the level of which equal to the number rolled or lower. So yes, you can
Okay.
take a 1st level.
That'll help.
I don't always understand what you say all the time, Vincent. Regardless, I like having you around, so we'd like you to come.
Charmed. He'll get into the carriage.
We take off.
You guys turn and you begin to move through the nighttime of the city. The sun has pretty much now set as the orange hues of the city begin to pour down upon you, and you begin to make your way towards the rack. Do any of you have knowledge of the rack? I don't think so.
Vincent is here from time to time when he was younger. I don't know how much it's changed, but his mom spent a bit of time here, and he used to volunteer here, and he set up both his art fair as well as his performances for charity 2 times a year, basically.
You guys begin to move through the main streets of the rack, entering into the central section. You look upon the just kind of like massive open grounds of Tierhaven, which is Ilmater, not Ilnaval, sorry. Ilmater's home district. And this kind of like large, lavish mansion just filled the grounds with tents and large kind of stone buildings that are used to house individuals. A massive hospital in its own right, but surrounded therein with additional hospitals. You guys begin to move into the district, and at nighttime, it's pretty dead. As you approach, you can see that there's not too many people moving out and about. What do you guys do?
There was a specific area that Alexi mentioned. Should we head there?
North. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah.
think it would be smarter to do it on foot?
Killian was just. I was just about to say Killian is going to set Bladebeak in the toy soldier for the time being, because he's not exactly the stealthiest thing.
We could also go to the Windward and see what they know about it.
So, I don't mean to split the party, but what if I went and tried to talk to some of the monsters that are in the slums?
I
While
think we
you
should
guys
get together.
talk with the Windward.
How about? I don't want. If this is a trap, I don't want you being alone. I think we should go together.
Do you have a way to keep in contact, Dia? I wouldn't think it'd be fine, but
I believe you far
if anything
away.
happens, yes, you'll be by yourself.
Okay.
You can use my earring.
Windward first.
Whatever you want. It's your sister.
Remind me, or like correct me if I'm wrong, but there was like a Windward tavern, like here or something. Is that? correct?
The Windward Call, if you guys recall, it was right here.
Okay.
Oh, so close.
No, you were actually right on it. I just moved
nice.
over because yours was there already. Aha. You guys begin to move through the city streets, encarriaged. You make your way up towards, in front of the home of Reshik, one of the gods otherwise unknown before arriving in Amaranth. You find yourself at the Windward Call Tavern. Once again, closed. Small wooden sign carved, or like sat in the distinctly closed position on the other side of a glass window. The underside, as you guys recall, this whole tavern is like lifted, and the underside is just a bed of mushrooms.
Well, Killian is going to walk up to the door and knock constantly.
Roll a d10.
Vincent is gonna send a message to Mo.
Okay, is this what manner of spell?
Just the message spell. He brought him along.
Gotcha.
He's been in invisibility following us.
I will bring Mo onto the map. So teeny. Look at little Mo. What is your message? Killian, you are continuously knocking for roughly 5 minutes.
Tells him to scout around the back and just scout the building again. He's been here before, so he should know the layout. If he sees anything. Someone trying to like sneak out the back while we're pounding on the front door or something.
Okay, so as Killian begins doing this, I will go ahead and roll Perception. Mo takes off from your shoulder and flies up and around the building. Killian, you are continuously knocking on this doorway. After about 5 minutes, there is still no response. Mo flies up and around the back and does not see any motion from the home itself, people coming nor going.
Well, Killian, he'll wait till you like stop knocking and look around, like turn and face them. It might be better if we look somewhere else. I don't think anyone's home.
This is the back entrance that we know about.
Well, I just had Mo have a look. There was no movement, but the windows and stuff back there.
Give it a try.
Jojo, can you magic awareness around here to see if there's anything that lights up?
Around the back or right where we're standing?
Right where we're standing, maybe they're cloaking.
Okay. And just right in front of the place, she'll do a magic awareness.
60 feet, is it?
Mm-hmm.
You open your mind to the pathways of magic. Go ahead and roll. You know the location of any magic. Okay. Spell or magic item. Perfect. So it has nothing to do with perception. I swear, by the end of this campaign, I'm still not gonna know all these things. You begin to focus your mind, and these buildings very densely packed together. Typically, one building is immediately next to the other, with very little room for alleyways. And as you are focusing in, you sense a immediate transmutation magic on top of the building, slightly across the way.
Top of the building, slightly across the way.
Actually,
Which-
it'd be more accurate to say that you guys are here. This is basically the front entrance.
Oh, okay. So whereabouts am I seeing this? I'm seeing transmutation over here.
I'll zoom right in. Yes, on the building just to the south of the one you're currently standing on.
Something over there.
You turn and point to the location.
Yeah.
The signature immediately moves away.
Oh, it's a person. Should we chase it? I'm chasing it.
Okay.
Can we see anything? Like Jojo just pointed at nothing. So like what are we chasing for the next 12 seconds, I guess?
I would like to do a thing.
Okay.
Killian immediately just like grabs at her waist and pulls out a tool and just scrapes it across her rifle. And a bunch of, in this case, lime green fire erupts on the top of that roof. And the creature needs to make a dexterity saving throw to avoid my fairy fire spell.
Very good.
Oh
Kill
yeah, it is
them.
an area.
Kidding. I know it does.
Kill them! You scream out into the open air. The guards come by.
No.
No. 10-foot radius? Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I need the both of you to roll initiative.
Okay. It's a 20-foot cube. The radius is what their light up is.
Oh, okay.
Just in case that matters.
That definitely changes things.
Still roll initiative?
Yes. It's just a matter of whether or not they are quicker than you on the draw here.
Are these using old initiatives or did it just roll for us?
Why does it say I have advantage?
You have advantage on initiative checks?
I don't, but when I clicked initiative and it didn't give me the option to choose whether.
Oh,
to
you have. It says you have second level of exhaustion. I'm gonna get rid of that because
at
a
a
few days have
disadvantage.
passed. So in this case, it was actually taking disadvantage. So your initiative is a 17, which in this case, you cast Fairy Fire. The green flame erupts in a quick plume on top of the roof, and you see the faintest little bit of a green flickering form descend away.
That should make it a lot easier to track.
Cool. I guess Jojo starts running after that, and we follow suit unless someone doesn't want to start running.
I'm down to run. I'll throw down Blade Beak.
I'm slow as fuck, but I'm still going.
All right.
Partway through the jog, Vincent will cast Disguise Self on him, and he'll look like fuck, what's the enchanter's name?
Geely?
Geely? Yeah.
He's rather short. You can look like him, but maybe like a little bit of an older version. But you are like, he's probably 5'7".
And he's 5'7", I'm 6. So that's only like, that's 5 inches difference.
Yeah, you can do up to a foot, right? Oh, you're
Yeah.
good then. You recreate a perfect form of Geely. Hopefully you can be equally as annoying and amazing. As you begin to run, I'm going to need to know how you guys manage this. You see a green form alight with green light and faint wisps of flame running from rooftop to rooftop, moving to a point where they jump, and you can actually see their form, this long and lithe body, jumping up, knees up to the chest as they just barrel through the air. They are trained, they are knowledgeable about this rooftop work. And as you guys are running, you're currently on the ground looking up. The houses are about 20 feet high. What do you do?
I'd like to hex them if I can.
You can't see them. What is the distance of hex?
That's
90 feet.
90 feet? Excellent. You run forward, you raise a hand, and as you cast this spell, a pall is struck upon them. Hex, is that a wisdom saving throw?
There's no
No,
save.
it just
No
gets put on
save.
them. That's right.
I just want them to have disadvantage of dexterity related things, please.
Yeah.
Dexterity? Perfect.
Jojo's already run off. Which direction is the green Bernie person running? And which direction is Jojo running? Because Killian is going to try to pincer by using Blade Beak's speed.
Okay, you guys are, I'll zoom in a little further, right in this central alleyway. You notice that this individual was here. As they noticed you, they begin to run to the south of the building and then are now running to the west. You guys, in this alleyway, you have two opportunities to go here. You can go left along the alley, or you can go out into the main street and attempt to follow them. What do you do?
I think Jojo would probably have gone to the south way.
Okay. Then Killian will exit through here and try to like wrap around.
If we're 90 feet away, could I also cast a spell? Am I 90 feet away?
They're 20 feet up. This is basically like everybody got one thing to do at the very beginning. Vincent cast Disguise Self, Matilda hexed, Killian began to run, and you began to run. So they are now running full tilt away from you guys.
Okay.
We can consider this the beginning of the second round, but we can actually make this into a skill challenge. So the way skill challenges work now, you do not need to be proficient in the skill, but it is obviously better to be so. But basically, try and figure out a way narratively that you can use your skills to succeed in this. Jojo, you began to run, so like athletics is a good one to choose from. And Killian previously, like if you were to cast a spell, like Matilda cast Hex previously, casting a spell should not be the end goal. You could be like, I'm going to cast Hex as I run past them to attempt to like get them to trip as I jump onto the roof or something.
What if you have a spell that can just end this scenario? Like
which one?
Is there a point? Like hold person. Or command them to stop or something.
That'd be fine. I mean, I don't want to remove that agency from you.
Yeah. That's what I mean. I feel like it would be weird for Vincent not to just do that over forcing me to try and figure out what to do with my skills.
That would be a failing on my end and giving you a situation that could be easily done by a single spell. So you would win in that case. But as we begin to run, the figure is now running full tilt quite quickly, jumping from rooftop to rooftop. The party is beginning to follow after. Who goes after Killian? Who goes after Jojo?
Is it based on the initiative that was auto-rolled, I guess?
No, I'll just say, like, Killian ran left, Jojo ran south. Who's following who?
I guess Jojo sort of went first, right?
Yeah.
So Vincent and Matilda, who are you two following after?
I would have probably ran after Jojo because she started running first.
Okay.
I would have gone after Killian.
Okay, and Mo is currently in the air. So, as you guys begin to move...
Vincent, but yeah.
As you guys begin to move, we will basically move into the beginning once again. Killian, the turn order begins with you. Actually, I'm going to put Jojo at a 20.
Yeah.
Because Jojo acted first. So Jojo, you begin the initiative. What do you do?
I'm within 90 feet. I would love to cast Sleep on them, or in the area around them. It's my magic awareness stays for 12 seconds, but also there's fairy fire, so I can see where they are. Jojo's going to run. Wave her hands in the air and sort of like take out the staff of the scythe rather, and spin it around and wave it in the air as like this sort of sand drifts from it, and Sleep will be cast in that area, and she's gonna run and then try and like catch them if they like fall asleep and like fall off the roof so that they don't wake themselves up with damage.
Interesting. Okay, so here's what I'm going to have you do. Go ahead and roll Arcana in this one.
Yes.
Both in order to cast the spell swiftly and still move your body in the comfort level to get to this position.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead and roll the dice for Sleep.
That's 5d8? Roll. 20.
You cast Sleep, you run into position, and you kind of like gauge where you see the form might fall. As this just dust erupts in a small radius around and disperses, you see the figure kind of immediately just wave a hand in front of their face as though to push the dust out of the way and continues running. That is one failure. Oh, sorry. You will need 3 successes or 3 failures. 3 failures means that this figure gets away. 3 successes means that you will have caught up or otherwise apprehended them. So, Jojo, you continue to run having cast Sleep. Killian, what do you do?
All right, so Killian would like to roll acrobatics. In doing so, what she's going to do is, as she essentially tells Bladebeak to just run as far forward as possible. But if there's a nearby roof that is has somewhat lower area. She wants to essentially yeet off of Bladebeak's head to get up onto the roof so that Bladebeak continues running and she can climb onto the rooftop.
Okay. 20 feet high, Bladebeak fully extended is like 7 feet. I'm totally cool with this. As you turn, you run, you just do this like feat of acrobatics, hopping up on top, and you can feel kind of just your this intrigue and this interest in this just faint bit of malarkey that you're currently running through. Go ahead and roll acrobatics.
Right.
You turn, you jump, and with just audibly, soundlessly, the energy from Bladebeak extends and you land on the roof atop. You can now see the figure running. You are basically here. And you can see the figure on the roof to the south, 2 buildings down. They're maybe 60 to 70 feet away from you right now. Okay. That is 1 success. Matilda, you had your hand raised and you were up.
Do we have our rope of entanglement? Do we have that? That's an item we own? Do we own
That's
that?
on Killian.
Okay. I already know that they have like disadvantage on dexterity based things. So as I see them like running, Matilda's trying to keep up with them to enough of an extent that she can send a message to them, and she's gonna like be like, you know, I'm gonna catch you, or just say something like really creepy just to throw them off so that they like fuck up and they like slip.
So is this an intimidation?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead. I'm totally down for that. As you begin to move forward and you usher in a terrifying word into the back of their mind, go ahead and roll for me intimidation.
You got this, Matilda. Be spooky. No, I'm not spooky enough.
The figure turns as it's running in this almost separation of its upper and lower body. You see it, the top half turns towards you as though to look at you, and the bottom half does not shift. It continues running forward.
What? What? Is this like 2 fucking goblins in a trench coat?
The figure continues running on the rooftop, and you see them begin to sprint to the point where they now dive onto the next roof. That is a second failure.
Oh.
Also, they are now well and truly outside of your line of sight. You continue moving, I imagine, as well, just down the pathway.
I'd like to, I don't know if this is an action or whatever, but I wanted to kind of use my ability where I'm really good at knowing like the back paths of places. I don't know this one, but I'm assuming the layout is like similar, so I want to be able to wiggle my way like in between buildings so I can like try. I'm not gonna catch up, but I just want to be like close to Killian, if that makes sense.
You are, yeah, you're kind of running in stride. Killian has just landed on the rooftop. I think that's really cool to use for the like another step of this, but
okay.
good to have noted as well. And for the most part, your feature would grant you just knowledge of the back roads of cities.
Okay.
And then Tilda, as the end of your turn, Vincent, you are up.
Okay. Can Vincent still see them?
From the southern section, you can see them. You are a bit further away than the rest. Because you had to circle around the home, but you can see them. They're about maybe 90 feet away.
Okay. Seeing all this stuff, and he did see them like split, right? You
Yes.
said Matilda saw them split, so this is just a visible phenomenon for all of us.
It was basically like a separation of the upper and lower body.
Matilda, could Matilda be like, ah, 2?
I think we're
not on the
we're
other
too
side
far.
of the not on the
We're
other side
like-
of the buildings.
We're literally like
buildings
streets
away.
apart. I think Vincent, could I roll insight just to see if I can get a beat on what's going on? If there's actually like 2 people here, or if that was some sort of just maneuver or magic stuff that they did to help influence what he's going to try and do. Just gain knowledge before he does it.
Absolutely, roll insight. Oh, so you don't want to use this as part of the skill challenge? You want to do insights for additional information?
He basically wants, he's probably going to cast Hold Person, but I just want to know, like, where's the best area to target if there's 2 of them, I guess, or if one is illusion or something.
Cool, yeah. Go ahead and roll insight, and then that will lead into the casting of Pulled Person. That sounds great. Looking at them, they're oddly agile, whatever this is, but as you glance at them from top and bottom, they do not seem to be separated creatures. This is, especially considering the fairy fire has enveloped the entire form, the odds that this is 2 creatures is lower than otherwise.
Okay. Vincent will look towards Jojo and be like, hold out your arms. And I need them to roll a con saving throw as I cast Vortex Warp on them.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is 2 successes.
So they failed the save?
No, that is the second success for the skill challenge with the second 20. And they have failed to save.
They are Vortex Warps into Jojo's arms.
Okay. The figure disappears and
I figured she'd be able to hold them, so.
As the figure just a temporary distortion of space in the second floor of this building appears in your hand, Jojo, and the weight just kind of bears down upon you. No more than like a large dog. Just placed down, incredibly light, this figure, and lithe. However, they immediately jump up and attempt to kick out of the back of your face. Go ahead and roll a grapple check for me.
They kicked out the back of her face.
Sorry.
Am I able
He's gone.
to Rage before or not?
It is your turn, so if you wish to rage as part of something, I would allow that.
Rage barrel roll.
Part of me, I think. Yeah, I'll Rage as part of my action to grapple. So I'll have advantage on this. Grapply.
Nice.
25.
Does grapple count as an attack roll?
Does grapple count? No. Grapple's a separate check.
Of
and
your
roll.
attack.
It's an
double
attack
check.
action, but not an attack roll.
Yeah, 25 to athletics.
You attempt to like crush into this creature. Actually, show me how you're currently
okay.
like bridal style.
Yeah, so I was bridal style. They go to like try and kick me in the face. I grab the feet and then sort of like how I did Yuka before. You remember when I had him like upside down? And that's how I do this person. It's like knees are up here, body down here. I'm trying to hold both parts because I saw them split in 2. I'm like, no.
The solid crushing muscle of this raging barbarian holds down this stringy body that's now attempting to move as best it can out of the way. However, okay.
Oh, good, it's the tendrils. That's fun.
Oh, good, it's the
The tendrils
tendrils.
help me. The
Tendrils
tendrils
to hold
all
them
wrap
down.
around them. Although
They
I
just
don't
begin to
use
wrap.
them yeah.
At this point, as you are holding on to this figure and the tendrils begin to lash out at this figure. Okay, no damage, no hit points. Love it.
I do get temp hit points though.
Not
Yay.
unless you damage them. So are you
I
damaging them?
don't know, those are 2 separate things.
Oh yeah, you also gain 10 hit points. Beautiful. Gram her, everybody.
Aha.
As you crush down on this individual, you have them firmly in your hand. They are captured. You all,
Vincent just skids up beside you.
Killian, you kind of round around on the top, and you can see the form being held down by Jojo. And Matilda, as you circle around and you kind of like do an Akira slide over into the side of the district, you can see that everything has been faithfully handled. What do you do? The figure in your arms is still aggressively, like you can feel pounding, but not particularly damaging pounding. You can feel just these kicks that are like on the side of your head as they're attempting to hold you best, but to no avail.
I think they're 2 people.
Trying to intimidate Geely's like voice, which I don't remember how he talked. Vincent's gonna do the best he can in this situation
Like an
and
idiot.
essentially call for Killian and be like, you should tie him up with, your rope and such.
Killian is kind of like a little bit confused, but then like, kind of realizes like, okay, yeah, like Vincent's missing, so that's probably Vincent.
And Keely's here all of a sudden.
Yeah. So Killian just does her whistle to call back Bladebeak because it's still like hoofing it around these buildings probably. And then it's just gonna like slide down. You said the rooms are 20 feet high?
Yeah.
Okay. Then she will just like get on her stomach, pull out the rope, and launch it at the figure.
Ooh, the Spider-Man, love it. You throw the rope, and I'm just gonna say this, it wraps around both the figure and Jojo as best it can before eventually settling on one of the two. It begins to wrap around you, Jojo, and you literally hold firm. Like, you can't get any firmer in your grasp, so the rope seems to just kind of hit you and is like, nah, and then just moves over to this other figure, tightens around them, and they are fully restrained. No, let it go, let it go.
Who are you?
No. It doesn't answer.
It will be answering.
It is not scared.
These mannerisms, does it feel like Paka? Like, is this Zeldan?
This is the Zeldan.
Far too big for a Lizaldan, and like, Jojo, when you were holding them, furry.
Ah. Okay.
Are they in like ninja mask gear? Like, do we see their face right
They're still just barely outlined by the fairy fire, but they are still invisible.
Ah, okay. Let's see if I can get rid of that. I cannot.
Were you following us or watching that location?
Roll intimidate.
We're here to help if that helps. Or maybe not. Who knows?
What?
Gilly probably would have said that, however, it would have been fully truthful. It would have been like, we're here to help, but I'm lying and we might hurt you. It really depends.
I'm trying very hard to be like, get this character's vibe in my head.
It's just say whatever the hell you want at the time, and it's 100% canon, doesn't even matter what it is. It holds it, the creature remains firmly on the ground, and you actually see the mouth open and flames kind of inhale into the open mouth before they go and then slam their mouth shut in a show of defiance.
Killian slides down from the roof. Is Bladebeak nearby so I can land in the saddle?
Yeah, at this point, Bladebeak, you just hear as Bladebeak jumps, you just kind of second Akira slide of the day.
Yeah. So I'm gonna. He's like on the ground, like horizontal.
Yes.
Or vertical. Okay. I'm just gonna like stand on the side that like is near where the head is, and I'm gonna like clap both of my hands around. It's like kind of like this. And I'm gonna say, listen with your eyes. Do you know, or have you been telling anyone that Talca is in the city?
Roll insight.
Can I also insight?
Yes. Both of you are watching this figure, and the eyes are just darting back and forth. You can see like the motion of the eyes, but then you also just see the eyelids close. After you guys are holding them for a brief time, and then eventually you just see little bits of body begin to form like a balloon slowly bursting, and then the entire shape comes into form. You see this large humanoid cat person who is like laying just completely and awkwardly restrained, like one knee up, the elbow is tied to there, one hand behind the back, and their eyes are closed, mouth is shut.
Oh, it's a tabaxi.
Eyes open and looks up towards you and looks around, immediately having been recognized, sees it's visible and says, let it go. Let it go.
Your tears mean nothing if we don't answer information.
Cruel. Cruel. Let it go. It watches.
Edge in the back of this creature's mind, as Vincent looks down in Gilly's form, he's gonna try and sound like really sinister and like almost like faint and whisperous. in this creature's mind, and just basically be like, "You better listen. They may hurt you. You don't want to be hurt." He's trying to intimidate.
Roll intimidation.
Meanwhile, I am using sleight of hand to like, now that we can see his form, I want to like just like start rooting in all of his pockets, anything that's on his belt, just like relieve him of everything except for like the clothes that he's wearing.
Looking at this figure, you begin to kind of rummage through. Go ahead and roll investigation. And Vincent, as you say this in their mind, out loud, they say, they will hurt us. They will hurt it, one way or the other. I will tell them nothing. It doesn't even know anything. It will tell them nothing. Killian, with your investigation, there are like close to a dozen hidden pockets, small sections. Even like one of the knees is down and really tightly held together. And at first that seemed like just a thing, but actually they're attempting to hide a small satchel underneath that has some powder in it. And as you begin to root through, you find no weapons to speak of whatsoever. However, spell components, you find a small pouch. Pop it open, you can see it's filled with scrolls, ink, and as you kind of unfurl one of the scrolls, it's just common, but you can see the characters of common being practiced, like a child attempting to learn a language, and various different, no like identifying marks or anything of the kind.
During my investigation, they don't have any Ashfall?
There is not an Ashfall.
In the back of your mind, Killian, you hear, "Well, love, are we gonna keep it tied up, or what are we gonna do?"
We don't know whose side it's on.
Doesn't really seem to be a threat, but we can always bring it back to the home and see, but it might bring some bad business. Kidnapping is not usually on a lot of people's good sides.
Well, I have an idea. Hopefully it's not a waste of time. I do my best to lift up the tabaxi to their feet.
You only get them like... Oh, I guess you're on Bladebeak right now, right?
No, I slid off of Bladebeak.
Okay. You pick them up and you're kind of holding them. They're compressed, but one foot is still treading the ground like someone trying to just stay like above water in a pool that's a little too high.
Just to confirm, I'm not trying to lift them like up. I'm trying to like hoist them to their feet.
They are then at one now, like standing and balancing on that one awkward foot. The other one like jammed, restrained, and they look down at you
right,
like big
was,
kitten eyes.
Legged, right?
Yeah.
And it was Titan. Is there an action? Oh, I can release the creature by using a bonus action to speak a second command word. All right. I will. Oh, I never established what the command word was in the first place.
It's whatever you want it.
It's whatever.
To be. Yeah.
All right. The word is catch.
Here's what I'm gonna say. The word is, because we'll probably forget that, and if we don't, great. But if we do, the next time you say the word, that's what it was. And then we'll keep going down that route until someone else gets it, and they're like, "Fuck, I don't know the word."
So I say, I kind of like look at him resignedly, like, no, this is gonna hurt me more than it hurts you. And then I say, I don't say that, but I say, catch, and I pull the rope back.
The creature does all but immediately as soon as there's like just a bit of leeway. Hand on the ground, entire back like separates until hands and feet are together, and then it does this like bounding backflip, landing probably a good 6 feet away from you guys, and it looks over towards the lot of you and says, "Why did they let it go? Is it not dying?"
I'm not here to kill people, we're here to get information. And if you're not wanting to give us any information, then we're not going to force you to. Your stuff's on the ground. If you hear about someone named, a goblin named Talca in the city, I'd appreciate anything you could give me. But if you don't want to give me anything, then get out of here.
Roll persuasion.
Could I add something to that?
Mm-hmm.
Geely looks over and she's like, we could sweeten the deal. We got fish or something if you want it.
You may roll with advantage. I was determining whether that would be advantage or disadvantage.
I feel like Geely might say this.
The ears perk up. They stand and they say, "They want it gone. Now it does not want to go." And stands and begins to move towards the stuff on the ground slowly, just like walking, keeping themselves down to your height. You can see the back just arched heavily. And then they reach down and individually grab one item and like tuck it away in the little shoulder and then grab another item and put it around the back until eventually they've regathered all of their stuff. And they say, "It knows the name Talca. It has heard this. It has been moving around the district, looking and seeing and watching, always watching. It is very tired, but always watching. Talca, yes, humans speak of Talca."
Would
Humans.
it
sorry.
be willing to tell this one which humans or where?
It's sitting there like trying to figure out why you used its own kind of words. And it's sitting there being like, looks you up and down. Are you in it, friends? Looks over towards Jojo, who's previously intimidating, and then towards Geely, and it's confused about, and then looks down at you again. Over at Matilda, who has just kind of like been running after them. It raises a hand to wave back and looks down at Killian.
I'll admit, I don't know whose side you're on, but we have enough enemies as it is. So I'd be lying if I told you I knew I was on your side or friends. But that requires an exchange of information that, we just tied you up, so I understand if you don't want to give that to us.
Roll charisma.
Nice.
I would like to use one of my features. I just need to find it. Flash of Genius. I would like to add a 3 to that roll, so it's a 22.
You see the tabaxi begins to spin around you. It says, "First friendship, first names. It watches from blue rooftops." Reaches a hand out.
That's your name?
And in like a handshake?
Yes.
Your name is Watches from Blue Rooftops?
It watches from blue rooftops.
Oh, okay.
Nice to meet you. Do you mind if I shorten it to It Watches, or would that be offensive?
I feel like blue's
Blue.
better, but I don't know.
It watches.
Okay.
Nice to meet you, It Watches. I'm Killian.
It reaches out its hand and grabs onto yours and then turns your forearm upwards and just runs a long serrated tongue up your forearm until it reaches the center and pulls back and then looks towards you expecting the same.
I flash like a nervous smile, and I guess I do it.
It lets go and kind of looks at the matting of its fur and just kind of leaves it for a moment and then looks over towards you and then just plops down, legs crossed, sitting there, tail like just that was wrapped around his waist now unfurls and just sets out, incredibly puffy.
In the back of Vincent's mind, he's gonna whisper a message to Mo, tells him to go find some fish.
Mo has been watching from the rooftops and says, "Are you serious? Did Killian just lick this cat creature? Is this going to be weird soon?"
No. Just go find the fish and come back.
Happily.
Make it quick, though.
It watches, looks towards the rest of you, and is a little bit wary of Jojo, but being like a bit like disarmed by Killian, moves periodically to each of you, kind of expecting the same motion, but offering a different portion of its forearm. What do you guys do?
I think Geely just walks over and pats this thing on the head like a cat, gives it a scritch behind the ear, and then steps back.
Imagine Jojo just like is like, okay, it's like and then like.
He looks at your forearm
you know-
and does kind of the same thing, just like.
Didn't really think you'd do that, Jojo, but
Yeah.
I think Matilda does it like it looks like she's always done it her whole life, not phased.
Excellent. It watches, kind of sits back and looks over and says, "It is fine." And calls out, and you can hear some like metal latches on the windows above you close. You can hear some wooden shutters just that were 99% closed the rest of the way, as the people within the area were keeping a close watch on what had happened in this back alley.
I think I just like sit down and cross my legs in front of it. So, you gonna tell Kill any information, or are we just gonna groom each other? This is getting weird.
We are friends now. It is happy to share information.
Those humans in like ashen cloaks, those humans that we're talking about, Talga.
Ashen
Gray.
cloaks.
Yeah, like gray clothes.
I minor
Oh.
illusion him.
One cannot wear ash. It
No,
falls through you. Huh.
I'm holding up a minor illusion. I'm like, this.
It's like a weird dark gray color. It looks like ash.
No. They were wearing clothes. Nice clothes, soft clothes. Looking, spreading words, names. Killian. Talca.
What kind of soft clothes? Vincent will start like flashing clothing.
Looking towards you and just kind of watching this happen, you see the eyes just dilate and stare at you as this kind of just repeated action happens, and then like scanning what was going on, says,
Yes, soft, like that.
points towards like silk.
I put them in like a silk suit. And
Similar.
then what? Sorry, what did they say?
It's like,
Similar.
Maybe the Cyrnan people we met at the orchard. Or,
I'll
like,
do that. They weren't really wearing silks, were they? It was like flowy cottons.
yeah, they're wearing more
Oh.
more like formal stuff. They're still very, very nicely dressed. But as you switch over to like Cyrnan outfits, he says,
Home. Across the gray. Yes.
I'll switch back. I'll do the masquerade people.
Yes, you found it. That one. These strange humans looking around, spreading names.
Well, it was a trap. So good job, guys.
Do you want me to take you to where they speak?
Ooh.
Did you just like tell us?
Are they
takes a
the
sip
ones?
of their water skin.
Are they the ones that are taking people?
Looks towards you for a second and says,
Should not speak of it. It should not speak of it. It was told not to speak of it.
We don't like that people are.
You're our friend, though. You can trust us.
it grabs the head and is like,
Healy leans into his ear. I give you permission.
shit, that's confusing. Go ahead and roll a
Persuasion?
group persuasion check in this instance.
18.
That's a 0.
JoJo. So on cue. I saw that one and I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I knew dice.
Brilliant rolls, though.
I knew digital dice.
Brilliant in various different directions. As you all like look towards this creature, just grabbing their head in confusion, they say,
Friend told not to speak, but friends say speak. There are more friends here than there. It knows. It knows the place. It is north. Leaving the city. They take through the walls. Hidden passageways known to none. None but it. It knows.
How does it know about these things that no one else knows about?
It watches.
It watches from rooftops.
Does it ask you to watch for them?
Only friends ask to watch. Other friends. Friends who need to stay alive in this strange place.
Do you have a fam like a god family?
No,
You want one?
it doesn't know. It sees the power, but it also sees the bad.
That's very fair. We're asking you a lot of information that makes you unsafe. So, as token of friendship, if you want to join our family, then we would be able to keep you safer.
Well, hold on. Although that's not necessarily true. I mean, we are capable of protecting our own, but by joining a family, you're in a lot more danger than if you aren't.
That's fair too.
So, I would say that if you're considering it, maybe at some point at your leisure, when you want to, you could come and visit our home and speak with our god, and you could make that decision for yourself.
We also have family members who are, secretly members.
Does it have it has a home?
We do, yeah. We live in the woods in a nice house. It's got soft. Well, Killian's bed's not as soft as mine, but
It's as soft as it needs to be.
It brings others.
as long as they aren't bowed, sure. Just go speak with Dad, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
Is
So,
it-
one thing of warning though, like Killian was mentioning, if you choose to join the family, you're gonna have work to do. So
It watches.
Something that we honestly need a lot more of.
It leaving.
Turns and just begins to walk away.
in the back of, or I'll send a message out and see if I can find Mo anywhere nearby with 100 feet. Does it connect?
I'm gonna say yes.
Give the thing. Oh, hold on a second.
Give it its fish. It's done a good job.
It watches as just kind of walking away, and then Mo just appears in this devilish form and lands on the side, holding a fish in silhouette, and is just like, a tribute. Slowly lowers the fish down in front. It watches as literally just like jumps back, and you see the fur immediately puff from the top to the bottom, and just claws erupt out of the fingertips. Before just literally shoves like the wet fish down the shirt and turns and just begins to scamper up the side of a building and out of sight. Mo sitting there being like,
This will be fun.
Well, what's the plan? We're gonna go do some more shenanigans, or?
So it was, just to clarify for Candace, it was the Marcus Lathanderson people that were
The
spreading
masquerade people.
Interesting.
They have like a secret entrance in and out of the city, basically in the walls north.
No,
Yeah,
that
show
was
us.
different, wasn't it?
Nope, it's the same people. Right, Adrian?
so there's kind of various different people going missing, but the ones who have been going missing from the rack, they said that, or It Watches said that they have a way out of the city through the northern walls. Yes, so that's like the masquerade people,
Okay.
and separately a different group is pulling people in and out of the dungeon, and that has been taking place on the in the
Yeah, that's separate from what we just
Yeah,
done.
the lanes of
And
dawn.
It Watches also asked if we wanted them to take us to where they talk, which was a location we did not actually receive, right?
which is the location that basically would be where the people were spreading these rumors that Talca and Killian.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see. I thought it was like a home base where they did their evil master plotting.
That seems like it might be out of the city because they seem to be, which is safer. Once you're past the city borders, the gods are less
Okay.
likely to spy on you. Okay.
Cool.
Well, this is, good and bad. Don't think Talca's here, and Marcus is still up to his business. So
Well, Vincent, you said that you're tired, right?
Geely just like looks at you, expecting and then he looks around and keeps staring like he should not respond. And then in the back of your head, you hear,
Ely, you heard that Vincent was really tired, which is why you come with us.
"Of course, yeah."
Okay, well let's rest for tonight, and then we can reconvene, see what Vincent has to say, and then maybe get more information from It Follows. I guess it depends. But well, at least Talca's not here. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but let's just go.
We'll find her. I'm not too worried.
So where do you guys go?
Geely just stands up and starts walking back to the carriage.
Where do we leave that carriage? Did we take Carson or
Yeah.
Fairlin?
It was Fairlin. It was I feel like it was over here somewhere, just into the rack, on the main road.
Oh, you guys have left the carriage back there? That's totally
Yeah.
fine.
It was before we started to do all of our snooping, basically, and then go up to the place to knock out. It was before that.
Okay. Everybody roll a fate dice.
That's a D20, yeah?
Just a
Yes.
straight D20, yeah. Ooh, Jojo. Jojo Mojo.
Well.
Excellent.
Almost a 20.
Ooh.
Your carriage is still there. It is just covered in flyers and leaflets. Various different businesses have begun to
I feel like
utilize your.
Phelan's trying to take them off and stack them in a neat pile.
You can see it. Yeah, he's just kind of in the background, slowly removing pieces of posters. He's
Hey.
like, "Oh, I'm glad you're all back, sirs." Oh, you're not pushing.
Oh, am I not? Can you guys hear me now?
Yep.
Okay. What's up with all the little paper things and stuff?
Some people started to ask me if they could start advertising, and I said, well, I didn't know what they meant, and I said, well, how about we talk about it? But then eventually people started to see that this was the thing that was being done, and I guess it's something they want done before the morning, and I couldn't say no, but we have all this now. And he places down a large stack of.
I'm
here you
all
go.
see the flyers.
Yeah, here
Struggle
you
with
take them.
Reading on the way back.
Well, come on. I have some preparation I need to do before tomorrow, and we should be good. Drop me off at the Heart's Desires. Phelan?
Oh, you are not using Vincent voice. Oh, you're still Gilly.
No, I'm still Geely.
He looks towards you and says, aren't you the kid who just joined?
He hops into the carriage and just wiggles his legs along the ground, flopping them.
I'm glad to have a new sir to work for. So thank you for the opportunity to bring you around. He gets in the front. The leaflets themselves are for various different events that are going on throughout the rack. But for the most part, as you look at them, nothing substantial.
Okay.
Nothing particularly consequential. Just
Ooh, but there is some good sales on bread.
there is, and it actually mentions Harvest Day several times over.
Ooh.
So Harvest Day is coming. Get your Harvest Day meals, kind of thing. Market Day will be within the rack on the 70th. Various different things, such as You all return to the manor, and you take to a good night's sleep. So this is a day past.
Nice.
I'm
Jojo,
back normal.
Yes.
Ooh.
minus 1 gold, 2 silver.
Oh yeah,
Take it.
Killian gained some extra money because the day passed us.
Yes. Killian, you actually gained 4 gold. That is just backtracking yesterday's gold as well.
Okay.
Matilda, you lose 1 gold, 2 silver.
Wait, I'm in a tax bracket now where I gain money.
Yep.
Yeah, you have like 1,500 gold invested in your business.
Oh my gosh.
And Vincent, you gained 7 gold, 5 silver, 3 copper.
You said
And
1
you-
gold and 3 silver for me, right?
1 gold, 2 silver.
For the atrocity.
The 4 gold was total, or was that for the day I missed?
That was both.
Okay.
You basically
Yeah,
gained 2
wow.
gold a day.
Are we allowed to just convert money at our leisure?
Yeah.
Like, we don't have to be like, oh, no, I don't have 2 silver.
Too bad for you.
I think
when
as
you're in
long
the
as-
city, you can.
Yeah,
Okay.
as long as we're not in the dungeon, because gold or silver might be used as certain components for things.
Nice.
Precisely.
In the morning before we're prepping to go to the dungeon, could I do some shopping?
What are you looking for?
So Vincent would like to ask Tristan, this is a new roleplay or anything, where a good place to buy glamored studded leather is.
Oh, Tristan? Ooh, Tristan gives you the good goods. Let me go ahead and good deals. I don't know if that thing I said is sexual in any way, so I'm erasing it.
No.
So
Good goods? Is that what people are
Oh,
saying
if-
nowadays? Because
yeah,
I missed this.
those goddamn kids. I'm gonna go ahead and look for. You are looking for a diver's shop for the most part.
If you say give me that good, that's something
Okay,
sexual.
good.
Okay.
good. As you look for, what is the nicest one? He actually gives you a few. There's several in the dennery that are quite nice. There's one that's very well known for being a bit rough and tumble in the Cobble Den, Shondacool's district. But the one that is closest to home in the Lanes of Dawn is likely the Piper's Pack,
Okay.
which is right here. I'll have to
Whatever
switch
one
this.
Vincent thinks he could, get the best deal. I think he has the best reputation in Ishtar, but I'm not sure how up and coming he is in the dennery.
There is no shop in Ishtar's district.
Oh, okay.
No
He'll go to the
magic
one
shop.
in the dennery then.
The one in the dennery? Alrighty. You are looking for the Soothsayer's Tithe.
Okay.
Which actually sits pretty much right in front of the stone court in the southern interface office. As you arrive there, nice, gigantic, lavish, and pretty much to the books. So as you arrive, someone is standing there just waiting to take your order with a pen and paper, and then they sit and they ask. They offer you a small, hot towel and some water as you sit and wait. And they basically
Put
just
people
go
in hot
gather it for
towels.
you. It's just kind of the in thing right now.
It's so good.
It is pretty amazing.
Have you ever
Um,
gone to a place and been handed a hot towel? It's great. So good.
When I was working near one, there was a barber shop
Hmm.
right around the corner, and I was like, let's go to the barber shop instead of my usual hairdresser or whatever. And it was they do the thing, it was just a haircut, but they still gave me the hot towel to wrap
Yeah.
around. It was oh, this is nice.
I know the barber shop. It's in the dennery, just down the street from Killian's work. Vincent, what is your order?
I need I have the thingy here. I need glamour studded leather, yeah, just from these guys. I would like to buy potions and one extra rope trick, but I can probably do at the dungeon interface, right?
Yes, trick ropes can only be purchased at the interface office.
Do they have any potions here, or is this specifically armor place?
Actually, as you walk forward, the maitre d' says, "Actually, there are no potions available within the city almost. It's becoming difficult to procure, actually. Well, you know how it can be. Both with the trade on the Eastern Front being cut off and the dungeon's ascent being somewhat of a main focus. As of late, potion stock is sparse, to say the least."
Do you have anything aside from healing? Any particulars, resistance? Potions that
Resistance?
can make you faster?
Goodness, no. We have a few of fire thought, if that helps you at all.
What is that?
Fire, so if you stare into a fire while drinking the potion, you gain temporary illumination of musings in your mind at current.
How much is it?
It's actually quite inexpensive at 120 gold pieces a bottle.
I'll keep it in mind. I have someone who might like that.
Very well, sir.
You're looking for, what was it again? Studded.
Glamour studded leather.
Gotcha. I believe that is a rare item. A low rent rare magic item. You are looking at, for the purchase of this item, your guys' family discount has actually gone from negative, adding money to your purchases, to positive, meaning you now save money.
Let's go.
Good job, everybody. 612 gold.
Does Vincent's own fame also apply to that?
Just for shops and stuff, it's family, because that's how the interface office itself requires the city to run.
Interesting.
So in this case, 612 gold, 6 silver, 9 copper.
Can Vincent try and basically offer this person a free night at, or a free weekend at the Heart's Desires, like cover free and everything, in exchange for a small discount?
Ooh, I'm gonna roll a dice right now, a d20 to see. Actually, no, I'm gonna roll a d6. 1 to 2 means that they're lawful. 3 to 4 means that they're neutral. 5 to 6 means that they are chaotic.
None of this is illegal.
They look towards you with a raised eyebrow and they say, you offered them a weekend, right?
Yeah.
They say, how about 2 nights instead? They don't have good hearing.
Deal.
Okay. Roll persuasion.
You just okay.
I'm just seeing how much of a discount you get.
18.
Okay. 8. Oh yeah. I was like, oh, you rolled low. 18, of course. The cost of purchase is brought down to 582 gold flat.
Okay, done.
Purchased. You guys get the missive. It gets handed to them. He gets like a coupon from you, and he hands you the studded leather.
He just lets Carson know through his mental link.
Okay, excellent.
And passes him a business card.
He takes it. And now you have your glamored studded leather.
Is it, you said 584?
582.
Okay.
So what does the rest of you do?
I would also like to, I'd like to sell some things. I don't know necessarily if I want to buy anything, but I want to sell my gold chain. That sick gold chain worth 100 gold.
Grandmother gave you that chain.
That's a lie. I know where you got that chain. I've already worked that into your guys' like selling goods at the interface office.
Oh, did you? I thought you
Yes.
said that you didn't.
You haven't sold your stuff yet, because you haven't gone there. But I've already kind of calculated that. I can just get rid of yours.
Well, then
That
let's
is
just do it then.
okay.
I buy 12 pints of ale. Is what I do.
Pints of ale. Ooh, how much does that cost? How shitty?
I was gonna say slightly better, but I was just gonna put it in the slightly. I was gonna mix it with the shitty. So, like, is it really better?
I feel like probably not. Let me go ahead and check here.
You mix like a really shitty stout with like a somewhat less shitty IPA, and it's just
Yeah.
not good.
Oh,
I
God.
don't know how much of this is out of like ignorance, or how much of it is out of like I don't give a I don't care about good ale. I'm more of a tea person.
I love
It's out
that.
of a spite for alcohol, really.
So if you're looking for a pint, it's 2 copper pieces a pop.
Okay,
So how much are you
12
buying?
times 2.
24 copper pieces. 2 silver, 4 copper.
Woo! Okay, I do that.
Brilliant. Are you still carrying around just like a wooden cask?
Yeah.
Being like, just fill this.
Well, it was with Paka, but yeah.
Excellent. Paka is, I'm assuming, with you guys.
Yeah, he would meet us probably at the dungeon interface. Selene is still missing. Oh, that's one thing we forgot to mention, Damon. Selene is she's been going to see Lolth. And she's been missing.
She's a raven with her.
Does she come back this morning, I guess, is a good question.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Some things take time. As you guys
Learning how to dance.
Ah.
No, you have to move your 5th and 6th and 7th and 8th legs in unison. Why aren't you getting this?
Spider Mom.
Spider Mom.
Oh. Loft dancing. That's fun.
Matilda would have done a similar thing of looking for potions, but I assume that she didn't have much luck. She wanted to go check out JoJo's, one of JoJo's dad's shops.
Which one?
Which one is his name?
Cisco?
Yeah, Cisco, yeah.
Old
Seeing
Cisco's.
if there's anything there that's good in stock.
Do you have anything specific in mind?
No.
Okay. As you arrive, go ahead and roll a D100. 27. He says, "Ooh, we're actually pretty strapped for stuff right now. It's getting a little hard to get some stuff in. Pretty much everyone's just buying up whatever they can and moving in. And Cisco, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm pretty popular."
No dice?
Oh, we got dice. You want some dice?
No.
Okay. See, I was confused a little bit there because you mentioned dice specifically.
Alright, well, thanks.
Hey, no problem.
There's nothing there.
Come on back. And then moves over to the next customer. You guys arrive at the Eastern Interface office. And Paka kind of trudges forward now, probably holding on to everything that's been in his backpack. You've noticed him in his room at night, kind of carefully taking everything out and just making sure it doesn't smell. And then throwing everything back into his bag, packing it up, and then moving in. But as you guys go to sell all of the goods that you had previously, Jojo, you gain 194 gold, 7 silver, 7 copper. Killian, you gain the same, 194 gold, 7 silver, 7 copper.
Is that including... Would I have to find someone else to sell the gold chain with gems?
That's including the chain.
Oh, okay.
The dungeon
I will remove
interface
that
will
then.
take that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Matilda, you gain 94 gold, 7 silver, 7 copper. You did
Hold on
not
1
have
sec.
the chain.
94 gold, 7.
Okay, so I have 194 gold, 7 silver, right?
Yes.
Okay. Oops.
And Vincent, 194.77. 194 gold, 7 silver, 7 copper.
How much gold do we think we should be bringing into the dungeon? We're gonna need a bit, right, to get to the 10th floor?
Most likely, yeah.
I have 404 gold on me right now. Do you think I need
So-
more?
You guys do realize if you're carrying anything over probably 200 gold, that pouch on you is getting kind of big. Like, unless you have some way of hiding it, or you're like, it's always in your backpack, I guess, it would attract attention. So just keep that in mind, bringing too much in.
Sure, but like, we usually the fast track just costs gold. So like, how much gold do we think we need?
Oh, it's
I
like,
can just, it's
well,
not too much. I can just give you
I
that.
can feed everyone, so it's literally
Okay.
like probably a gold a day.
I'll just keep it at 400. Then.
I have a question. I probably wrote this down somewhere. I just need to find where. Ah, yes. What is the next investment level in the workshop? I'm currently at 1250, I believe.
Oh, I see. So I think you're currently at, I think you're at wealthy. I think the next
is
level
that-
up would be like 6,500 gold to move up to aristocratic. Like it's a substantial
Okay.
increase.
And
So you do want to be careful with that, because if you, like, you're sitting in wealthy, so people who are of modest or lower, like say poor income, would probably not visit your shop.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like they'd be
Okay.
priced out.
Gotcha. Okay, then I'll stay at the current investment. Is it possible to invest in like?
You have multiple locations.
I considered that, but what if is it possible to invest in like suppliers, or is that like all kind of just the same thing? Because what I'd like to do is start getting like more unique things that I could make into like for example, I'd love to make my own weapon rather than, you know, I do love the McGurmit hunting rifle, but like I'd like to make something that, you know, Killian has crafted herself, you know?
I would say absolutely. That can basically be like tied to kill or be killed, but can instead go to like this separate connection that you have.
Okay. I guess my next question would be, would that connection just be Lucine, or should I find like another connection? I guess that's just an up to me thing, but like
you can
like
use your
Lucine is
assets,
a
or you
plot
can
worker.
you can use your assets, or you can seek them out yourself. Like if you find someone who you're like, oh, you would be a great connection, then you can do that. Or if you're like, hey, Lucine, I'd like you to find a supplier for, you know, this kind of metal, then she can be like, I will go do that for sure.
Okay. Right, because I guess she is on my payroll.
Yeah.
I can have her not just watch the shop, but also like do things for me in the meantime. Okay. So I have way too much money on me. Way too much.
I was that sort of goes into what I was about to ask. We're about to go into the dungeon for a while. Do you think it'd be a good time to invest in our family home, and then like the work days that it
Time
needs
to
will be while we're in the
have things
dungeon?
happen. I think that's a great idea.
Because Geely can't actually work unless we get the Arcanery set up, which is 2,500 gold and 50 days.
Oh, neat. Well, I have 2,500 gold right now in my bank.
Oh,
in the
well,
manor.
shit.
You have too much gold.
That's
In the
just in my bank. I have 1,332 gold on my person, literally
Well,
just like
shit.
dragging it around behind me. So
Well,
Yeah.
that is an option. I was thinking we could all go chip in, but if you want to go, I have 600 something gold to my name, so I could help invest in something, but I can't really invest in. The only thing I can invest in by myself would be the watchtower or like the Garden Lake road. The roadway we already invested in, didn't we?
yes,
Yeah,
you have the
roadway's
roadway.
done. The lake needs for the alchemy shop, which needs both the arcanery and the lake repaired.
Oh, okay. So I could pay for the lake. I really want to save up for the library.
I know, me
That's
too.
4,000.
how much is the library?
4,000.
4,000.
We could always take a loan.
Yeah, you could take a loan out of the bank.
I don't
How
think
much is the
JoJo
lake?
could. Her credit score is probably shit.
It's basically based on like your fame and income, and then there's a little bit of family
We
mixed in.
we have a little Discord here that is about the family home that I can stop asking questions and I can just look at it. Perfect.
But yeah, I'd say Vincent's good to throw down maybe 500 gold towards something, but it would need to be like we started up. So maybe, yeah, whatever you guys.
Yeah, I
want
could
to
put
do.
400 probably to something, and then I'd still have 200 to go into the dungeon with.
I don't think we're
Um,
gonna be able to get the library up. I think the arcanery is the thing that Vincent would invest in.
Mm-hmm.
And the arcanery's for our new friend, right?
Yeah.
Geely, yeah.
Okay. And he's
Does
an
he need
enchanter,
anything else?
so like he can like
Yeah.
make magic items essentially.
Yes.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense. I'm picking up what you're putting
How much
down.
is the lake?
The lake's only 200, so I could easily do the lake.
And we already did the stables.
Yeah.
That's why we have a
A
cart
phalanx.
person.
Yeah,
Can
and
we-
horses and stables. Yeah, all of that's done. So the road and
Sorry.
stables are the only things.
Real quick, because I'm looking at a snapshot from like months ago. Are you able to just give us a new snapshot, Adrian?
That
so we
actually has
know-
stuff checked off?
It's
Yeah.
it's a little too long to take a quick snapshot, but I can do that
Oh,
over the
okay.
break.
Oh,
Because I
okay.
basically need to cut it and then paste it together in Photoshop.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh, I see.
Is there anything from this like? Because there was a post at 2:10:2022. that had nothing checked off. Other than the smithy and the roadway, what else is checked off? Just
You guys, you don't have the smithy. You guys have the stables.
Sorry, stables and roadway. I meant.
That's
Gotcha.
it.
That's still it. Yeah. Other than that, you guys have the manor at a modest living right now. You guys can also pay to upgrade the manor to wealthy and aristocratic,
That's
or
700.
comfortable wealthy aristocratic.
Or, yeah, we currently have 720 gold in the manor, so we could use that to bring it up to a comfortable, and then we could use our own money to start up the arcanery. That's my vote.
So I'm willing to I'm willing to like essentially empty my bank, for the arcanery.
Okay.
And then I'm also willing to put some of my cash, because right now, like, Killian's at the point where like she doesn't really want to invest more in the smithy like her personal smithy. I think she's like, okay, my family has helped me. I have kind of achieved what I want to do there for now. I would like to put back into the family home, and especially now that she's like gaining money every day instead of losing money, it just makes sense. So, so mark off the arcanery, Adrian, and I'll set my bank to 0.
How many days does that take?
50.
50 days? Okay. You will probably not be in the dungeon for that long, but I take the arcanery and then I throw in the current day, which is the 78th, I believe, Elderbright. Toward the end of summer, and the end date for that will be 50 days later. Go ahead, Judge.
These don't happen congruently, right? Like if we paid for the arcanery and like the lake at the same time, the lake wouldn't be done in like 4 days, but both of them would be done in 54 days, right?
Lavos handles that part. He makes it all done. He makes sure that it gets done. If you guys put the money down, then he will do the rest to make sure that the work starts.
So it will be done
Right
in the
away.
amount of days it specifies.
Yeah.
Okay. So we don't need it's not like additional. Okay.
No. So the lake here, you're also buying?
Yeah, I think JoJo is gonna put down 450 to do the lake and the garden. She's gonna make a nice little garden for her little shrub children.
Yes. Excellent. So you guys are currently... I have all of that in here. It is begin.
And so we're doing the arcanery. You just said you're doing a garden.
I'm doing the lake and the garden, which are both in the amenities section.
Okay. And Matilda, what are you doing? I thought you said the lake, but since JoJo's doing that, are you not doing
Yeah.
anything? Okay.
Not at the moment.
Because we are starting to gather other family members that are not divers, I think I would also like to put the 550 to the watchtower.
Actually, for this is just for you to know, Damon. For us to be able to get more people, because we're almost at our limit, we need to buy we need to build a servant's quarters, basically.
Would that be an empty plot?
No, that is the side building. So that one is
okay.
2,500 gold.
Yeah, because we can only invite probably 3 more people in the family before we're full.
Okay. So I'm still gonna go for the watchtower.
Cool.
Just because I think we also have plenty of enemies at this point, so like
Mhm.
I think we should get it ready, not necessarily fill it with like guards and stuff, but like just have it ready to go when we need to. And then so that leaves me with around 800 gold. I'm willing to put like 500 towards another thing. So if you think that the side building is the next one we should do, then I'm willing to put 500.
I don't think we have 2,500 right now, so just I'd say save and hold off.
Matilda's got some.
Yeah, unless Matilda's got
Kidding.
like bank that she has been holding on to.
Not really.
Cool. The only thing I will say, Adrian, and this is for everyone too, can we use the family fund, which has 700 gold in it, to upgrade us to a comfortable level instead of a modest?
The family fund currently has 533 gold, 8 silver, 2 copper.
But you pinned this on. Oh,
That
when
was
did we
it was
lose
quite a
money?
while ago. You guys are also paying for other people. You guys are basically you're in the red 6 gold a day.
How do we get that in the green then?
You need family members to produce money.
Oh wait, you mean in the black? We're making money? We're making 6 gold? We're losing 6 gold.
You're losing 6 gold. So
Okay.
like
We are in
you
the
have
red,
a
okay.
you have a butler, you have a cook, and you have a driver. All of which take money away, basically.
If we got the arcanery up, put our enchanter bring us up into the green by making
Yes.
things? Okay.
They would immediately be giving you 10 gold a day.
Sweet.
Nice.
Question: if we have 500, if I invest 300 of my own gold, would you guys be okay using that and then bumping
Well,
up to
here-
comfortable?
here's my concern is that if we get bumped up to comfortable, our cost of living is going to go up, right?
No, it allows you to
Well-
live a comfortable lifestyle without having to expend the means of it while in the city.
I've got 500 gold to put wherever, so if that would bump us up, then I'm willing to do it. Although Killian probably won't benefit from it, but she
I can
consider
throw
that a
200 in
problem.
there.
I don't. Well, that would
Does
be.
it automatically bump all of us who live there up to that
Yeah.
lifestyle?
Well, the thing is, Killian wanted to stay at a poor lifestyle. Her room specifically is like set up poor or something.
It's less that like I don't think Killian's making a conscious effort to like remain.
Yeah, 'cause that's what.
So
Adrian said,
I'll give
to
you,
go-
I want to interject here and just kind of clarify. So when you guys have a modest, comfortable, wealthy, etc. dwelling, that basically covers your rent. Typical lifestyle costs in D&D aren't, like they don't have a separation of what cost is what. So I've split it up to rent and housing is half of your lifestyle. Food and water is a quarter of it. Gear and self-upkeep is a quarter of it. So you can still live a poor lifestyle and live in a modest dwelling. It's just that you have a nice house. And you can exist in a modest lifestyle.
That's 4.
Yeah, because like you can absolute, like Killian's room is probably just a mess, right? And Killian's using rags to clean weapons and stuff, and it's etc. It's just you're still visibly living a poor lifestyle. You just can move up to a higher one. It won't
Yeah.
auto bump you up because like
The mindset.
Jojo, you can buy your own clothes basically. Like
And
Lavos
then I'll
isn't just
use
like
it as a
here's your
towel.
outfits. Yeah.
Instead of like actually a towel when I shower. It's like the shirt's fine.
Yeah,
Yours is
it's,
the corner.
Adrian was trying to explain this to me when Vincent bumped up to a wealthy one because he's like he doesn't want it to just be like, oh, you did it. You have to like, it is who you are fundamentally changes and how people view you.
Like I said, it's a mindset.
Vincent was already in the mindset of wealthy when the campaign started. He just didn't have the bank account to back it up.
Man, do I know
he was
people
making
like
it
that?
until he made it.
Well, to be fair, it was more like he was already there and the bank just hadn't fucking caught up yet.
I like the way I picture it is that like Killian still doesn't see herself as any different despite
Yeah.
having like a ton of money. Like she feels like she probably has a lot more self-worth, especially after the auction happened. But like that self-worth hasn't translated into like treating herself yet. It's more just like she is like, I've done it. Like I'm showing people that like goblins aren't complete trash. And then she's like, you know, picking an apple out of the garbage and eating it. Like
Treat yourself.
Yeah.
Get a nice apple.
Cool.
I'm sure it'll come eventually, but
I do like there's like a scene where Killian in the past had always like rooted through the trash and found a bad apple and ate it, but now there's a bad apple and a good apple and you're like, you know what? You put the bad one away, and that's like the first step.
yeah.
I'm gonna eat this fresh apple. Who threw
That's
this
like
away? Fools.
When I went to Japan with my friend, she was like, you have to buy yourself something, treat yourself. And I'm like, I got socks. I got some nice socks.
I think
I'd like
Pocky
something
isn't good
more.
enough. You guys are now prepared, I believe. I have all of the
This-
updated information in the ledger.
Just to confirm, so I know if I need to minus for upgrading the family to a comfortable, it's 500 from Killian and 200 from Matilda, or do I need to throw in any money?
I don't. Do you want to read what's in the Discord? I don't have access to it. I can't switch over to it.
What do you mean? It is 700 gold upgrade to common.
Perfect. And what was the question?
Where is that money coming from?
500 from me.
Gotcha.
Then do we, Matilda, are you doing the 200 or do we
Yeah.
want to use 200 from the family fund?
I can do 200.
That will take a week, just basically to move all the furniture in and stuff.
Nice.
Ooh. Oh, we're gonna so much upgrading, guys.
Mom's
Okay.
gonna enjoy that nice new bed.
What if
to sorry.
can I throw out a little bit of money to make my dungeon closet more secure?
By a walk.
We can say that is like a part of this.
Okay, because I don't mind throwing a bit of extra money of Matilda's money in if like Lavos or like whoever can make it a little more secure.
Rinse up my closet.
Or make it look less obvious. You know what I mean? So it's
Ooh,
not like
secret. Add
Well,
add like a false like handle like a candlestick that you pull down and it opens it up.
Here's what I'm gonna say: the secretness, how the difficulty of opening the locks, the check required to spot these things comes with your guys' lifestyle upgrades. So if you go from modest to like modest was just you had a bookshelf in front of it, and now comfortable will be that bookshelf is part of the door itself, kind of thing.
Well, Matilda's idea is like it's always better to hide in plain sight than to keep it a secret. So she kind of wants an extension built where it looks like a closet. It's an actual closet, but you just find out if you know where to go, you can find the way to get into the closet that's behind the closet.
It's a closet.
A closetception.
Closet, yeah, that's basically what Matilda wants. So so someone opens it, they're like, I heard there's a dungeon closet, and they're like, oh shit, all our clothes are in here. It's just a closet.
Yeah, just fill it with like whips and leather. Then they'll be like, oh. They just close the first one.
No, that's Vincent's closet.
So when we were taking items from Cisco's basement, like Mister's basement, I guess, I took a spyglass. In D&D Beyond, it says that a spyglass is worth 1,000 gold. Is that legit? Because that seems wild to me.
No, a spyglass is not worth 1,000 gold.
Okay, good. I was wondering. I was like, should I just sell this spyglass that's bejeweled for some reason?
Upgrade the library.
There is but one spyglass in the world, laddie, and you've got it.
Could I just change? I'm just gonna change the price to not 1,000.
Most excellent.
I had a question. I put it in the Discord, but then you just mentioned, Adrian, that you don't have access to the Discord. So I'll just ask it now. Can Steel Defenders attune to items?
I will say no, just because it is specifically a tool.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure if we went over this before.
Familiars can.
Yeah.
Can attune to items. I would say that because the Steel Defender is a feature of your class and almost not a creature, I would say that it's not capable of doing so.
Okay.
The only stipulations I've heard from the designers is they need to have the capabilities of using it. So like hands. So some familiars can and some can't. That's why the new monkey familiars are really useful.
Oh goodness, that's terrifying. Although Mo is equally thumbed, I guess. Okay.
My thought process was giving him the boots of the Blazing Sun, but
that'd be cool.
That would be neat.
I'll tell you what, if you spend time integrating the boots of the Blazing Sun into Bladebeak, then I'm cool with that. Because that will basically make Bladebeak a magic item.
You can team up with Geely. That'd be cute.
Yeah, you could basically have like one enchantment on Bladebeak and then it can do its thing.
Gotcha.
And you could swap that out probably. You'd have to you basically take the enchantment from the item and modify it to work for Bladebeak. That sounds neat.
Am I good to do a long rest in Foundry?
Yes, you all have had a successful long rest.
If the lake is better, I want Soapfish Lady to come live in our lake.
The stipulation of that is that you know what her name is. And it's Soapfish Lady.
No, I've literally had this on my list this whole time, but I've been waiting for the lake to be upgraded. Qoria, to go back to her, and because Vincent with his shape water has means to keep her in a water bubble the whole time, because transporting over here would be difficult.
There is one little thing that I want to do first. Jojo, you begin your long rest. Your eyes close and they open immediately once more, and you find yourself in that plane of trash.
Oh, the trash plane.
The javelin hangs heavily in the air. Focusing in on you, you see the massive form of the god Ilnabal in the distance, and the army at his feet behind him.
Okay. I feel like I'm just trying to lucid dream now. I want to close my one eye. I'll remember spending time with Shell and having the eye patch, and she'll just close her one eye, and sort of the depth perception isn't there when you have one eye, so she's going to look at this giant javelin and sort of mess with perception. So instead of being far away and gigantic, it's gonna be normal sized and really fucking close.
You hear a boisterous laugh in the distance. Just Roll an. I mean,
Shit,
what
could I,
what the hell could a perception check be? you
Can
know?
I do a magic bolstering just to give myself that plus D3 to whatever roll this is?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, great. She
roll
bursts
a-
with this energy.
Roll a D100.
51.
+3.
Oh. Does that happen with 100s? Is this a fate?
No, this
thing,
one is
or-
just a straight D100. Okay,
Okay.
51 you rolled.
Yes.
Oh, this is fun. As you burst into this magic, the malleable air around you begins to shift and forms itself before you, interjecting itself between you and the javelin as a spectral shield
Ooh.
that hovers. A little bit of trash is also pulled up from the ground around you and is pulled in and immediately kind of just crushes into a singularity like carbon and just spreads out around the shield.
Ooh, hell yeah. Okay, awesome. So the shield, does it work? Does the javelin get tiny?
Roll perception. You may use intelligence for this perception check if you wish.
Awesome. Good. I love that.
Like you do.
Like you do.
Is Gambit with me?
You tell me.
I think this little like flump, octopus flump is just like
Is it also using one tentacle to cover one of its eyes?
yeah, it is. It's like wearing a tentacle eye patch.
Roll a D100.
Oh, good. Love the 100 rolls. That's an 88.
88.
My dude.
Thank you for the my dude. You cast fly on a random creature within 60 feet of you. So,
me? Can it be me?
a random creature. Roll a D2 because there's only two creatures.
Oh, Gambit.
R.
Good thing you had Gambit.
That was a hell of a laugh I just did. Nice.
What is 12 D2s?
Okay,
I
the
didn't
first
mean
one,
to.
the first one was a 2, so you begin to fly with Gambit on your shoulder.
Awesome. Very good. Very, very good.
You
So I
feel the
get-
wind kick up underneath you and you begin to lift. You now have more control over the area at which you want to perceive. So as the javelin moves ever closer to you in your movement, you may go ahead and roll perception intelligence with advantage.
It
Oh,
looked like you raised in poker. You're just like, here's my chips.
yeah.
You throw in a javelin, spectral shield, spaghetti
that
monster flying.
I should have a +5 to that, but it didn't add it for some reason. So it should
Yeah,
be
I've noticed the trick that I did before is no longer working.
18.
18. You begin to move the world around you and perceive this thing. Closing one eye, your depth perception shifts, and as you begin to see the javelin, it gets closer and closer. As the massive form in the distance, now no more than maybe 100 feet away from you. As it inches in, you find a good spot and it comes closer, 80 feet. You find a good spot, 70 feet. And it's just honing in on you. You see as you shift, it moves with you, and you find that one little area where the javelin's fair. You reach out and you attempt to grasp it. As you bring your hand in, I need you to roll for me a D100.
Oh boy. Chaos. 80.
You grab the heft of the javelin in your hand and you pull it away. Just the scale of your own body. You hold it and it crackles with energy.
Ooh.
You hear, "Yes, it is not always the way to charge forward blindly. You have passed this challenge with flying colors. But I give you one warning," as the earth trembles. "Never again show the face of the false god before me. Never again." You open your eyes.
Ooh.
You look down in your hand and you have a javelin in it.
Oh! Oh my goodness, that's cool.
You do not know what this javelin is, however, yet still it crackles with this chaotic energy.
Killian!
I don't think I have identified, do I? No, I didn't take it because Killian has it.
Because I always have it.
Yeah. There's only so many first level spells I can know. Eventually I'm gonna have it. Yeah. In the morning, could I get Killian to identify it?
No. Yes.
Okay.
Killian, you bring your tools down and you begin to perform your arcane works. This javelin has been enchanted with returning. The javelin itself, once thrown, will always return via the same path it was thrown back to its wielder. If there is no path with which to take, it will find the nearest route capable. If it is literally like encased within a box, it will just wait until it is capable and will immediately return to you.
Oh, so it's not like a teleport back to me. It's like the whistle arrow from like
Yeah.
Guardians of the
Mhm.
Galaxy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, you have an infinite javelin.
Woo, that's awesome.
And you all awaken. Heading towards the guild's interface office, you sell your goods, dropped off in the carriage.
How much is a rope trick? Just one of the 5th
Uh,
levels.
A trick rope, I believe, is 20 gold.
20 gold? Okay, I'll buy one more. Just to refresh mine up to my 5. They're still good for short rests, so even if I can't use them to escape the dungeon.
Okay. Does anybody else purchase any? You guys do note that lack of materials is pervasive even here in the interface office. There are virtually no potions available.
Mm.
Do you have any scrolls?
There are several scrolls available right now. There are 2 scrolls of Cure Wounds. However, they are not Ashen, and there are 2 scrolls of Ashen Cure Wounds.
Okay. Is there any healing word ones?
Let me check.
Because Vincent can cast that, but he can't cast.
Oh, with Ashen, you can cast it regardless of
I know.
class. Yeah,
But it's more expensive, so I'd rather just get the cheap ones.
that it is.
Both our healer and potions are gone, guys.
There is Sylvia has managed to attempt to procure some things for you.
Oh,
There are 2 standard healing potions and a potion of gaseous form. And aside from those scrolls of Cure Wounds, the Ashen ones, you have 1 scroll of healing words. Sorry,
That Sylvia got for us?
Sylvia has held them aside, basically like hoarding them. They will still need to be purchased.
Ooh, okay. So I'll take. How much is the scroll? I can take that one since I think I'm the only one that can cast it.
Word. Healing word is a 1st level spell, yes.
Yes.
So 12,000 gold. 61 gold, 2 silver.
Okay, I'll grab that. Is that with the Sylvia discount? Give her a wink.
That is with the. I just risked my ass to give you this discount.
I know, dear. I just also know you can do better.
Ooh, that's really difficult. And you see, she's like kind of just like holding on to these diamond earrings that she got because you guys have been advancing so well. Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Roll persuasion. Okay. Do I have an advantage because of earrings?
No, you have the persuasion because of earrings.
18.
18, excellent. That's high enough. You get a 10% discount. That is only 55 gold.
Nice.
Adrian, can I ask this javelin of returning? Is it in D&D Beyond by a name or just should I custom item it?
You can custom item it for now. I will produce that better later.
Right.
It should be in, but if it's not, then I will fix that later. And I believe that was everyone.
No one want the potions?
2 standard, basically.
Which potions were they? Sorry.
Just
standard.
2 standard healing potions.
Normal.
I currently have a single healing potion on me. How are the others?
I have a
4.
single one.
I have 4.
Okay.
I don't really think I have the gold to buy more.
How much? It's 50 gold, or do we have a discount because we're a family now?
The discount for the family is always active, but Vincent has procured for you guys a short discount. That would be 110 gold, 2 silver for the lot.
I'll take both.
Okay.
Matilda, you guys have probably noticed that she seems a little more quiet than usual, but I don't know if Sylvia would. But she's kind of like looking around the interface office
because of Matilda's experience working with like bodies and sometimes having to cover up like why they died, she understands that sometimes if someone's putting up a struggle, there might be evidence of that around that people might have tried to hide around the place. So she's trying to see if she can see evidence of that anywhere.
Okay, the immediate area that you guys have access to in the interface is like a small cafeteria. There's a second floor that's like a viewing balcony, and the main desk. There's a large central chamber and like the boards on the right side. But for the most part, the majority of the interface office is cut off from you guys. Like, you're not able to go back there. Sylvia brought you back there once, and it's a series of doors. But in your immediate area, go ahead and roll investigation. It's actually pretty dead within the interface office today.
Can I guide myself?
You can, but it might be suspicious spellcasting. Do you want to attempt to hide this?
Yes.
Okay. Go ahead and roll guidance. It's just verbal. Verbal somatic. So go ahead and roll stealth.
Okay. Stealth. Okay. Stealth first. Is it a private GM roll?
Yeah. Ninja. Oh,
I don't
I'm sorry.
have
It's a blind roll. Or no.
Oh.
No, that one's correct. You can't see that, right? No, it's there.
No, I can.
Okay,
Can
so
anyone else
then
see it?
it's on the stream screen.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
do it
say,
again.
I think it's blind GM roll, yeah.
I rolled it. Did it not go through? Oh, I didn't select anything. Just-
I rolled nothing.
yeah.
There we go. You sit back. Not too many people to notice you right now. As you attempt to dip into this spark of divine inspiration, you feel an overwhelming presence. It's not even like a something you can see or even manage to witness. It's like you're breathing in something being aware of you. Like the air is heavy, like your shoulders have weight on them from its gaze. And you begin to look around. Go ahead and roll investigation.
Tilda just getting all the gods' attention. Oh, whoops. Ah!
Oh yeah, you rolled a 14.
Okay.
I can go ahead and reveal it. Looking around, you don't see anything of the sort. It seems like there's actually been a lot of time for people to both keep this place tidy, but it also seems like the interface workers are actually somewhat bored. Like they're moving about and doing paperwork, trying to catch up on stuff. But nothing that looks like it could have been a struggle or any untoward business.
And it doesn't look intentionally very clean.
It looks very intentionally very clean, as though they've gone over it 10 times because they had nothing else to do.
And is there anything on the notice board?
Somewhat filled, yeah. Quite thick with goods. Anything you're looking for in particular?
Anything in regards to us in particular?
Castile just puts out, I'd like this person dead.
No, they're just like, I hate these people. They suck. If you've seen them, God, they're the worst.
Just egg their house.
Anything in pertaining to you guys specifically?
Or also anything in pertaining to monstrous races going missing or people going missing. So anything that's about missing people and anything that's about us specifically, or that seems like it could be about us. They're saying it without saying it, if that makes sense.
Gotcha. I'll have you roll another investigation check to attempt to discern any kind of hidden anger.
Can I help?
I'm
You
gonna
may.
guide myself anyway because I know they're already watching. So fuck you.
To advantage.
Just real quick, Vincent, you still have the same leather armor that you always have, right?
I have like 3 different. So I have my cast off studded leather armor, glamour studded leather armor, and my hidden studded leather armor. So what one are you speaking of?
I'm speaking about the one that I've been using Mind Sharpener on.
That was on my cast off one. So we'd have to either move it to glamour or you can swap it out for something else. What one? Do you need it back, basically?
It's less of a need it back, and it's more of a if you don't want Mind Sharpener, then I'll choose something else. But if you do want Mind Sharpener, I need to just know that I've done the right piece of armor for you.
Sure. In the morning, I would have asked you to probably do the landlord that he when he got. I think it is useful because you'll always have a concentration up.
That's good.
There is a
Now
message.
I can twin spells. I don't have
There's
up this stuff, crazy stuff yet. Sorry,
Not-
Adrian. What?
okay. Thank you. Not particularly guided towards you guys. I was also trying to figure out like how to word this, so you bought me a lot of time. Thank you. Not particularly guided towards you guys, but there is a message that is pointed towards patience. And it is from, let me pop that open. Oh no, what did I do to this? There we go. The name is from Meteora. Meteora.
Meteora.
Meteora.
That's a cool name.
And it is pointed towards patience. It is says, patience, you're basically like in an official capacity, you are requested on the 10th floor. This thing seems like it's been here for some time.
Well, she's going up to the 10th floor anyway, so
Should we bring her with us?
she's already,
already
on her
gone.
way. She left
Oh, she's already
like
gone?
a month ago.
Yeah. Do I feel like we should remove this, given that Patience has probably also already started up there? Or would that be like, is there like mail fraud if you take a note that's for someone else? Like, do you get in trouble?
It's frowned upon, definitely. But that's a matter of if you're caught kind of thing.
I also
Okay.
think you can only be like really frowned upon by the person it was intended for, and I don't think Patience would frown upon you for doing this. So really depends what you think she would want.
Are people able to sneak into the dungeon? Like, that's a yes, right? Because like otherwise there'd be a paper trail of like exactly who has gone in and out of the dungeon.
Whether there is or is not that paper trail, you do not know. But from from a mortal's perspective, it would be impossible to sneak in. There's a god that is literally a watching eye,
Yeah,
gazing
spoke
towards
of
the
this-
dungeon at all times.
We mentioned this to Alexi when you weren't there, and he's just like, "Well, the gods," and Vincent was just like, "Yes, they're neutral. They wouldn't intervene." And he was like, "Oh, that's very
Gotcha.
true." So
Okay.
it's whether or not people care, I think.
I'll just keep that in mind then. I'm not gonna take the note.
Okay.
Age, do you mind re-importing my character? My armor changed, so.
We'll do that shortly. As you all begin to move in towards, I'm assuming that your hand raised was for that.
Yes.
Deleting that. As we all begin to move into the next stretch of the dungeon, beginning to fast track to the 6th floor and moving past the fight with the Red Widow, making passage across various different pathways, you find yourselves now standing at the center of a brilliant, flourishing garden. Having traveled through the dungeon for a grand total of 8.5 days and 207 hours of travel. With Vincent casting Goodberry, this cost has been reduced from 8 gold pieces to 6 gold pieces in travel. And you find yourselves now at the beginning of the 6th floor and just past the safety that is brought to you from the escape of the trick ropes. From here until the 10th floor, there is no turning back. Well, there is turning back. There is no easy escape.
Quick question about tracking how much time we spent in the dungeon. 8.5
Sure.
days, you said?
8.5 days.
I'll keep that, and then I'm assuming I'll just get a big lump sum when we leave the dungeon.
No, we can do that right now. However, as you all find yourselves now here standing in the trellised gate looking over, you can see that carved message that had been shown to you by the strange, most evil person you could ever possibly meet looking guy.
Weird necromancer.
The sound that you had heard previously, this just solid stone impacting stone, and the angered and pained cry coming out from the south, pervasive.
Hey, Vincent, can he put his earbuds in? He knew what happened after this. We all kind of like freaked out and started attacking each other.
Vincent's sitting on the bus, and you know that guy, and you're just like, no, Vincent, you throw your earbuds in, and
He starts playing music to try and block this out.
beautiful. As the juxtaposition of beautiful music against these just pained cries rings out throughout this trellised garden. That is where we will end today's session. Thank you all for coming into the dungeon once more, everybody, and until next time at the Dragonleaf. Bye, everybody.
Ah.
Yeah.